Welcome to my daily live streams. I'm mayohosko. Thank you so much for watching. I'm building sets from my backlog from the LEGO group who are worth billions and billions of dollars. And I wasn't supposed to go live at this time today, but some friends who normally do stuff together didn't end up doing that. So I'm going live at my normal time instead. And I think that rescheduling might have given someone the wrong impression. If you know, you know. So I got my computer on the Lazy Susan today because I was doing some testing with something after my live stream yesterday. And there's more stuff with Bricks and Minifigs to talk about, including one of my friends' reactions and some new developments within that scandal. So before the stream started, we had a Billy. Now we have Alexandria and Daniel Bing. Good to see you guys here. Hang on, I just need to check something very quickly. Just give me a couple seconds. I thought someone was at the door. They weren't. Anyway. Hey, Johnny. Good to see you here. Yeah, so we're just waiting for more people to come into the chat before we start building. Oh, damn it. The bookmark fell out of place. I think we're up to bag 19. Let me flip forward through the instructions to get where we need to be. How did the bookmark fall out? Okay, here we are. That's where we were, up to building bag 19 of this set. Whenever we get people, there is no stickers in modulars, but I was messing around with one of my trains yesterday. That's why I got the Lazy Susan. So I was trying to measure the clearance of the bridge set I built a while ago. So there's the bridge. And I made some modifications to the bridge so that the train could pass underneath. And I'm going to turn on the train. Come on. And you can see that it passes underneath the bridge. So there's some train action. Let me angle this down. So that's what it looks like passing underneath the bridge. And let me angle this so you can see it running between the two things. It is a heater set. and I can move this wherever I want. Hey Billy, good to see you back again. We got some train action. And I'll stop the train. There we go. Yeah, so I got out some track so that I could test this thing because I needed to reboot the internet yesterday, and I needed something to do while I was waiting for it to reboot. So still waiting for a few more people to get into the chat before we start building anything, if we do build anything at all today. So I'll get the focus back on the build. And what's nice about the rolling stock that I have on the train, if this wants to turn off, is that the rolling stock is big enough for me to store the remote control inside. As you can see right there, pull it out and put it back in again. Yeah, so I want to use this Lazy Susan in more of my live streams going forward. So I'm not sure how many people are going to watch today. But what do you guys want to talk about? Is there anything new that happened since yesterday? Because there's stuff that happened since yesterday which I want to talk about. But I'd like to give the chat an opportunity to talk first. I know a lot of people who are dealing with bad weather right now. And so if I bring this back around here, underneath, actually I move it off to here. So the bridge had, if I can get this right, the bridge had these beams at the bottom that were bracing the underside to connect the pillars, and it had these arches for structural support. But the shape of that arch, the curvature, meant that it wouldn't be enough clearance for the trains to pass underneath. So I had to take those out to get it to be squared off. And I need to add new bricks on top and new plates underneath to get it, to get the bridge to sit flat, and the top and the road going over to have structural integrity upon the stanchions. And then couple that with the other bridge that's already in my sitting, so that I can get a full-length bridge and maybe make a double track main line for a test layout, because what I've got right now is just a simple oval of track. It's just a simple oval. There's not much to it. It's just an oval of track. But I want to make a test layout so that I can get as many trains operating as possible with multiple loops looping around each other for however long I can build this bridge with however many spare 6th generation road pieces I have to make the bridge as long as possible. So that's all going to be a big winter project, independent of stuff that I'm doing with my sitting and independent of some of the refurbishments I'll end up doing for my building bookcases and stuff about land that I want to get into. Is that I've been saying there are some people who are now going to be boycotting. Sorry, did I say land? I meant BAM. There are now people who are going to be boycotting BAM. There are other people who are reminding people that the franchisees did nothing wrong. It's the corporates who did everything wrong. And there's a middle ground between there, because while you can control what people spend money on, you can't control their morality. And so I was watching someone who's an ex-Mormon who was speaking about how people in the Mormon church feel about the scandal. And as an ex-Mormon, his opinion was that the franchisees did nothing wrong, but he knows that the corporates buy from his Bricklink store, and he chose to put the Bricks and Minifigs corporate Bricklink account on his no-buy list. So he has nothing against the local BAM franchisees in his area, but he's not going to allow the BAM corporate to buy from his Bricklink store anymore, which is an interesting perspective, because he knows that the BAM corporate has bought from his Bricklink store before. It would be in the records of invoices somewhere. And so he's made that decision. And now I'll be waiting to see if any other Bricklink store owners makes a similar decision, because some people know that people buy from them. Like some people know whenever Brickmania buys from them, because Brickmania buys from Bricklink sellers to get the grey pieces they need to build their tanks that they use in their military kits. And there are some people who buy out entire Bricklink stores to add it to their Bricklink store inventory. Hey Cliff, hope you're not feeling too bad right now. Decided to stream at this time of the day, my normal time, because you cancelled the jungle. Otherwise, I'd be there having fun with all of y'all. Yeah, and also the other thing is that due to the court case that's going on between BAM Corporate and Ben, the money in that GoFundMe got frozen after the judge granted Bam's request for a restraining order against Ben. And Ben was talking about how he now can't say certain things under the conditions of that restraining order, which meant that he wanted to post a part 3 to his documented investigative journalism, but he can't, because that would be violating the terms of the restraining order or something. So he's been silenced. And the money from that GoFundMe has been frozen. And there's a chance that if Bricks and Minifigures wins that court case, they'll get the GoFundMe money, which is going to piss off a lot of people. And you'll see an uproar about that if that happens. But I choose to believe the judge who's handling that case and granted the restraining order did that because whether you're looking at it from Eamon and Matt's perspective or Ben's perspective, both parties have probably said things publicly they shouldn't have said. And there's been a lot of questionable activity in the relationship between those two sides of the argument. So I like to imagine that the judge is just trying to be neutral and not trying to show a conflict of interest. But there are people who are now talking about corruption with the judge, like they were talking about corruption within the American Fork Police. So that's another twist on the situation. And we're just waiting for more information after that, because apparently CoffeeZilla made a second video about that. So I'll need to put that as a link in probably tomorrow's live stream. Yeah, I assume that if Ben does win that next court case, then he will release part 3, because I'm pretty sure the restraining order was only temporary for the duration of the case. That's what I'm thinking. And that was really the big new development in the scandal. There wasn't new developments literally until 1 hour before I made yesterday's stream. So that's the updates, and we'll just have to wait for more information after that. But yeah, I don't think there's going to be a lot of people here right now, so we can just talk about stuff. And I'm enjoying the modifications I made of this bridge set, so that trains can now pass underneath the bridge. Let's get the trains rolling again. I like trains too, Johnny. Trains are better than tractor trailers because they are more environmentally friendly. and they have a bigger cargo capacity. And a better fuel economy. And we're going to stop the train. Yeah. And let's turn off the train. It takes a couple seconds to sequentially press the green buttons on both the battery box and the remote control to power it off. On the power functions, you just press the button on the battery box. And you can see that my rolling stock fits the controller inside. And the reason it's a one button press on power functions is because that uses infrared. It's a two button press with powered up because this is Bluetooth. And yeah, just imagine if this rolling stock had a grey or white face on it, it would look like a troublesome truck from Thomas the Tank Engine. Hello, the Tank Engine since 1945. Don't think I've seen you here before, so welcome to the mayohosko channel. There's not many people in chat, so we didn't end up building anything for the LEGO Tudor Corner modular today. But there were new developments in the Bricks and Minifigures scandal. And I have gotten the clearance of my bridge to work with LEGO trains passing underneath. So yeah, I'm satisfied. Well, the specific livery of the locomotive is the British Railways blue with the black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, wasp chevron hazard stripes. But there's a lot of railroads and railways out there with a similar blue livery, like how Conrail used the blue and white. British Railways used more blue and grey. Pacific National in Australia uses the dark blue and yellow, similar to what one of the Santa Fe liveries were back in the day. So yeah, this will just be a quick little stream because there's not as many people online today. Yeah, the chassis seaboard system that had the primary yellow. That was primarily yellow with the dark blue lettering, kind of a reversal of the Santa Fe and a reversal of Pacific National. And then chassis system merged with the seaboard system to create the CSX. Like how Burlington Northern merged with Santa Fe to become BNSF. And stuff like the Kansas City Pacific, the Southern Pacific, the Northern Railroad, and a few others out west merged to create Union Pacific. And then Norfolk Norfolk Western merged with the Southern Railroad and a whole bunch of others to create the Norfolk Southern. Hey Frankenfrog, good to see you here. Been running my trains around because I fixed the clearance of my bridge to accommodate trains passing underneath. And for demo purposes, I've been using the shunter I built a while ago, pulling 2 of my extended troublesome trucks. And we got the computer on the Lazy Susan for this. And we'll be ending in a few minutes, and then I have to go away and do homework for the rest of the day. And then I need to start on another assignment tomorrow. Got 8 days to do that. I've got another 12 hours to finish this to finish today's assignment. And if anyone wants to see more trains on my channel, there is a playlist on my playlist page just for trains. And I'll probably end up putting this this live stream into that train playlist as well, because of the modifications I was talking about with the bridge to accommodate the trains running underneath. Because that clearance works for this one shunter, but it might not work. I'll need to test my other locomotives I have to see if it'll work with them as well. I'm not sure. I might have to make more modifications if those locomotives end up being taller than this shunter. And I should remind everyone that I go live at 9 p.m. Eastern, and I will be going live for at least half an hour every day until the end of July. So if you get here 2 minutes after 9, so if you're on the East Coast of the US and you get here at 9:32 p.m. Eastern, chances are I will have ended the stream. So that'll be good motivation for people to get here at 9 p.m. Eastern every day. Didn't end up building bag 19 today, so we'll attempt to do bag 19 tomorrow, and then hopefully finish the set on Friday night. And then we can move on to other projects, like the Italian Riviera set is what I want to build next on my streams. You wish you had the space to display trains. Yeah, trains do take up a lot of space. Whenever you're building a city, you'd want to build the train layout first so you can build the rest of the city around the train network. And we'll finish off here because I think everyone said what they needed to say. Anyway, thanks for watching this stream. It is appreciated. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. I'm not going to redirect into anyone because I've got to finish off this assignment. So I'll see you on my next live stream this same time tomorrow. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.